Are you ready to become yourself? For years, dozens of people from all walks of life have turned to this one man, Leslie Tanner, desperate for the tools to reshape their life in our raised, godless world. Utilizing a unique blend of good-natured humor and brass tacks education, his innovative approach has helped innumerable people reach new levels of consciousness and personal power. Leslie Tanner, a controversial but selfless and massively influential figure, defies categorization. Since he and his life-changing program rose to fame, the expert class has desperately attacked him as a clown, snake oil salesman, or predator, attempting to silence him precisely because he is so effective at helping others become happier and more powerful in their own lives. From the most challenged, the mentally ill, handicapped, women, and mentally retarded, to the most successful athletes, entertainers, business owners, medical doctors. Regardless of your station, Leslie Tanner has committed his life to giving you the tools you need to transform your life. So, are you tired of being in near constant emotional and physical pain? If you could snap your fingers and have $1 million, would you do it? Is there a you buried deep inside whose power and will yearn to be expressed?
It's a whole life-changing program.
If they get half of what I got out of this program, they're going to have a much happier life.
It was fun. I really loved doing the program. I loved learning about myself. It was just amazing.
So if you have an interest in transforming your life once and for all, come along. I have so much to show you. In a moment, you'll have the opportunity to call the number you'll see on the screen and speak to me, Leslie Tanner, directly. Together, we'll tackle the most critical issues related to unlocking your true individual power and reaching your fullest potential. Let today be the first day of the rest of your life. Welcome to Explorations.
A warm and beautiful namaste to my explorers tonight on Explorations with Leslie Tanner. A gorgeous Saturday evening, and we are just getting started, just getting settled. Tonight, we are taking a look through the guys, through the spectrum of the program to take a look at seemingly small and undetectable quirks of our personalities. The smallest traits you might disregard actually might be the path to the next level. That and much more tonight on Explorations. Good evening, my explorers. How are we all doing on chat? It is wonderful to be with you. It's me, Leslie Tanner, creator, founder, and host of the most effective personal power program in the country, Explorations with Leslie Tanner. This is a program with which we explore the universe, both inside and out, to unlock and unleash the power that courses through our veins as we speak to one another. A power, ladies and gentlemen, that it's not a matter of achieving, it's not a matter of outside, it is something ancient, it is something innate, it is something coursing through your veins as we speak to one another right now. And ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you this, I know I can feel the collective shudder coming from chat. I can feel the collective shudder, like an acknowledgement of a seemingly fragile reality that you could barely whisper aloud to yourselves. A belief, a knowledge that there is some version of yourself waiting to be realized, waiting to be actualized, waiting to be expressed, screaming, yearning to be let out. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to acknowledge that reality. And not only that, but I am going to foster, I'm here to nurture, I'm here to encourage, I'm here to give you the tools by which to make that reality a reality. Namaste to you and welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. How are we all doing tonight? Before I even get on to any more of my, here I am on my soapbox already, but let's just take a second before we get into the theme, before we get into some news, let's just take a second and be with one another and allow me to check in with my dearest explorers. How are we doing? How are we doing? Talk to me. Chat with me, chat. All right, talk to me. I'm especially my lurkers tonight. I'm going to need my lurkers off the bench. I need my lurkers off the bench tonight, all right? I'm calling you up. Off that back wall. Fran, we are. Namaste. Thank you so much for the 16th month in a row. Wow. My head thrums. Ooh, good one. My head thrums with insight provided by the program. It really hurts. Namaste to you, Fram. We all appreciate that. Oh my goodness gracious. And Fram and Spice Racket setting off a you know what. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get started. Before we get into this, that, and the other tonight, let us express ourselves. Get that Saturday night energy up, that sensuality dialed in. Yes. Technology Wife, how do I stop lurking? Technology Wife, you are nailing it out of the park. You are absolutely, it's a home run for you right now. You're off that back wall. Thank you so much. Technology Wife, great to see you, by the way. Namaste, everybody. Ooh, it is a sensual set. There's something special about Saturday nights, isn't there? Isn't there something special about Saturday nights? Getting that energy focus, getting that energy up. But there's just something in the air on a Saturday. You know, normally we get here, people are chomping at the bit, ready to unlock the power that courses through their veins as we speak about every single stream. But ladies and gentlemen, there's just simply something sensual about a Saturday night, all right? We can all feel it. We all know exactly what I'm getting at. Yes, namaste. Cooker Pie, 200 bits. Cooker Pie feeling the sensuality of the moment. Absolutely coming in fast, coming in with a little bit of that, with a little bit of sensuality herself. Namaste. Can we get some namastes in the chat right now for Cooker Pie? 5 community subs coming in from Cooker Pie. Holy moly. Holy moly, we are getting started off with a lot of generosity, a lot of high energy, a lot of focus, a lot of enthusiasm for the most effective personal power program in the country. Who's ready to unlock that energy? Who's ready to unlock that focus? Who's ready to unlock an independent financial future? Who's ready to unearth a dormant passion and sensuality in their lives? Ladies and gentlemen, that can and that will happen at Explorations with Leslie Tanner.
just a little bit.
Yes. Hypocryptomatic coming in with a gifted sub to Deeper McGee. Namaste. Deeper McGee just following us a little bit ago. And Deeper McGee making an impression. Deeper McGee leaving an impression on maybe the most powerful explorer that we have in the community. Deeper, this bears fruit. This portends positive tidings for you, Deeper McGee. Namaste. I hate the Midwest as Cougar Pie. That's interesting coming from Florida trash. Namaste to Cougar Pie. Coming in, I love that. I would love a compare contrast, because I know you're in a real piece of shit part of the country right now, Indiana. And you know, which is, if you've been in one place in Indiana, you've been in like 15,000 places in the United States. There are just so many places like it. But I genuinely would love a sort of review sesh of, you know, some like kind of just really redundant and depressing little butthole in Indiana. I'd love a review of it coming from some swamp Florida trash. Yes, Technology Wife coming in with oh my Lord in heaven, 20 community subs. 20 community subs from Technology Wife. The excitement coming from the chat right now is overwhelming, thrusting, not just pushing, not just chugging this Jazz Express along, absolutely thrusting this jazz train into the future, making sure this program is just as powerful as it needs to be. Ladies and gentlemen, this fallen, godless world needs our light, needs the most effective tools by which to set free the potential, set free the humanity, remove the suppressive and repressive barriers, saying yes to the universe, saying yes to the self. Technology Wife understands that. Namaste to you. Let's unlock some potential tonight. Technology Wife still going crazy. I am empowered by the corn. Namaste, feeling that energy, fueled by, you know, there's a lot of power in corn. There's a lot of power in corn, as you can feel and understand in the state of Indiana. Namaste. Namaste to you, Technology Wife. Hypocryptomatic, thank you again for that. Listen, I'm not forgetting about that single sub, even though that pales in pales in comparison. Pretty starkly compared to the gifts given on either side of you. You know, every little bit counts, but not every little bit counts as much. And Hypocryptomatic, yours counts much less than the others. Much less. Much, extremely much less. namaste. I experienced Indiana a couple weeks ago. Says okay, Lindsay. Okay, Lindsay saying I experienced. What part of Indiana were you in? Okay, Lindsay. How'd that experience go? Let us know on Explorations. Love to hear more about that. Ladies and gentlemen, also cherish. Listen, I know what day it is today, and I'm not going to say anything about it because I want to make official. I don't want to just mention it in passing during a Jazz Express. I want to really spend some time. I want to make some eye contact with you through the camera here. I want to wish you a you know what, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Wow. Namaste, everybody. Namaste. Blessings and namaste to the chat right now. I could not have done what I just did in terms of channeling the explorations that I explored within the Jazz Express through, the majesty of jazz. And I could not have done that without the presence and electricity coming from the chat tonight. It is off the charts. Thank you and namaste to you. I am extremely excited about tonight's Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Yes, I am. Tonight we are exploring your quirks or your superpowers. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we find ourselves putting in the work here at the program. Sometimes we find ourselves chewing on some big lofty ideas. We spend time, learning something that is maybe a little counterintuitive and very painful for that reason. But ladies and gentlemen, tonight is about using the program, the efficacy of the most effective personal power program in the country. Tonight's about using that and taking a look at maybe something that we kind of just discard about ourselves, something that maybe we write off about ourselves, something that maybe we consider to be maybe a little thing, a little quirk, a little trait, a little trademark thing that sets us apart, lets other people know who we are. But other than that, we don't have a lot of use for it, right? But here at Explorations with Leslie Tanner, we're using all parts of the buffalo. We're using all parts of the buffalo, or like George Washington Carver, we're using all peanuts, like fucking crazy, if you can imagine that. That's how effective the program is. More important than the contributions of George Washington Carver or the Native Americans, in which they use peanuts or the buffalo as as mildly inspiring as those figures were. This is nothing compared to what we're going to get into tonight. Absolutely, it is. If you could put all the magnitude of the accomplishments by George Washington Carver and all the peanut shit he did, and then also put in that pile literally every accomplishment by a Native American, regardless of of culture, of tribe, of any of that, put them all in a pile. Compare it to what we're about to do tonight. Not even close. Not even close. It's gonna be like one of those space continuum scale things where it shows like, the size of Phil Z's penis, and he goes all the way up to Jupiter, and you're like, wow, that really puts into perspective the size of Phil Z's 74's penis. It's even smaller than I thought. But that's exactly what we're gonna do tonight. That's exactly what. So if you can imagine, Phil Z's penis is more like what the Native Americans have accomplished, and combined with George Washington Carver. If you can imagine all that. But before we get into all this, that, and the other, let's take a look at some official orders of business, guys. We got some doozies of announcements tonight. Doozies of announcements. Blessings and namaste. So let's jump right into it. So first and foremost, she shared with us or in the Discord earlier, and not to let's not get bogged down in Discord drama. Let's not get bogged down into that. But I want to thank this former Explorer of the Month, sister of Devoted Light, member of Explorations for years at this point. An extremely powerful explorer is enjoying or really enduring, more like it, based on the facts that we know about her life. Enduring a birthday tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all give a happy birthday in chat to our Cherish 85. Our Cherish 85. Happy birthday to you, Cherish. Blessings, even more namaste to you tonight on Cherish 85's happy birthday. Namaste to you. Namaste to Cherish 85. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cherish. Happy birthday to you. Namaste, Technology Wife, for the single bit, and blessings to Cherish 85 tonight. Wow. Thank you for spending, and how blessed are we to be spending her birthday with her. Of all nights, she could be out doing any kinds of, kind of probably something depressing, given the other details you've given us about your life. You could be a Steak and Shake, and kind of just buy in time at Steak and Shake for maybe an extra half an hour at Steak and Shake as a little, maybe take a lap around Meijer. You got a Meijer? Or maybe a Walmart, Super Walmart, or something like that. But yeah, either way, I feel blessed, I feel lucky, and I feel I cherish. I cherish. Oh shucks, I appreciate it. The only place I'd rather be tonight. Namaste, cherish blessings. It's wonderful to be able to wish you a happy birthday, and we all appreciate and really value your contributions here at Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Namaste. Now, ladies and gentlemen, of course we'll be wishing a happy birthday again later on. Can't just do it once. But before we do that, we do have another announcement. Very exciting. Guys, as you may or may not know, it is not quite the beginning of another month, but it is basically the beginning of another month. And it is time to announce our new Explorer of the Month. Ladies and gentlemen, when I say this name, when I introduce this person to you all as the receipt, as the receiver of the Explorer of the Month, all the glory, all the adulation, and all the little gifties you get. You get a free month of Devoted Light. If you're not already a member, you get a little piece of merch in the mail. You get the glory, the recognition, and some appreciation from both me and the moderation team for your efforts, for your achievements within the program since being with us. Now, this Explorer has been with us. I checked the logs. This Explorer has only been with us for a little over a year. Ladies and gentlemen, when I saw that, my jaw dropped to the floor. Ladies and gentlemen. I thought, given the transformation that I have witnessed in this young man's life, given the transformation I witnessed, I was like, this guy's had to have been here for at least 2, maybe 3 years. Philzy74, Chair, Lair, Bob, Ding Dong, HBD from me. Namaste to you. Now, that's a happy birthday. Okay, so we're doing the riddles real early. Namaste to you, Philzy74. Philzy74. I referenced you a little bit earlier in the preamble. You might want to go back and check the VOD a little. It was very inspired, and I think you'll be pleased to see the way in which you inspired me tonight. Blessings. Now, Edgar, blessings. Namaste to you, Edgar. Blessings. Great to have you. Now, let's go ahead. Like I said, let's go ahead and keep going. Guys, we have an Explorer of the Month. Without further ado, please, ladies and gentlemen, the moderators and the producers and I made quick work of choosing this month's Explorer of the Month. I wouldn't say it wasn't as quite as big of a margin as some of the others. Maybe like Cherish's margin was crazy. When Cherish was on the list, everyone was like, hit the button and get this over with. Now this one, wide margin. So don't get me wrong, but it was very clear right from the beginning who was coming out with the W. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Explorer of the Month for October 2025. Please join me in congratulating blessings and namaste to Brother Poorer for the Explorer of the Month, October 2025. We're going to be celebrating you all month, brother. We've already had to talk about what you're going to get in the mail. You have every single piece of merch that I've created. So you're going to get a freebie of whatever the next one is, be it a T-shirt, a VHS tape. I'm hoping it's a VHS tape. I got to. I'm reworking an older one. We'll see what we got. But namaste to you. Blessings and namaste to you. Thank you so much for your contributions, efforts, and achievements here at Explorations. Blessings to Poor. Now, Technology Wife gifting out 5 more community subs in a sort of fireworks celebration for Brother Poor. Namaste to you, Technology Wife. Cannot thank you enough for really even just sort of intensifying the spotlight on Poor. Certainly he deserves it, and certainly this program deserves every little bit of support it can get, sharing, spreading the light, providing the tools by which to transform from sea to shining sea. Thank you so much, Technology Wife. Wow, Poor, blessings and namaste. Namaste. Now just some regular old orders of business. Guys, send me something in the mail. I love getting stuff in the P.O. Box. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. It's written also below in the About section on Twitch, but send me something, guys. I love getting a postcard, letter, any weird or cool or like, somebody several months ago promised me a graphically depicted, I think it was like a SpongeBob or something like this. Somebody promised me a porno Sponge Bob. And I have not gotten that, or maybe it was Mega Man. I don't know. I don't know the difference between the two, to be honest. I'm always getting confused between SpongeBob and Mega Man. Both little twinks on my screen every 6 months about is when I clock them. Head to head though, Twink. Who would win the Twink cage match? SpongeBob or Mega Man? Now that's a question. That's a question for the greatest minds. Somebody email Noam Chomsky. Does that guy still respond to emails? Somebody ask him somebody tell him that I asked him who would win a Twink cage match, Mega Man or SpongeBob. I don't even know. Namaste. I don't know. Something to think about. Fun stuff to think about. But also a couple more details a little bit later about this. But we've got if you're interested in the exclusive materials of the program, what you're looking for is the community of devoted light. I'm not even going to mention a lot right here because a lot of you aren't even ready for what I have to show you at the community of devoted light at patreon.com. A postcard, music downloads, etc., etc. You're not ready for it, so let's just kind of skip over that. I put the link in the chat. It's there if you want to explore. But past that, I think so few of you are ready for the materials that are in wait there, so I'm not even going to give it a lot of space or a lot of time or a lot of attention. I'm going to stop talking about it now, actually. Namaste to you just the same. Mega Man would win. Well, Noam Chomsky at AOL.com. Noam Chomsky, just hit them all. Noam Chomsky at AOL, Noam Chomsky at Hotmail, Noam Chomsky at Alta Vista, Noam Chomsky at, maybe he's got a Yahoo, I don't know. All right, so that's that. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to, oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Namaste, Glenn's room for the raid. Your gaggle of goofballs here at Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Namaste to the Raiders. It's wonderful to have you guys. Come on in. We're just getting started on tonight's theme. Your quirks are your superpowers. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, through the power of this program, I'm going to meet all of you on a phone call, one-on-one, and we are going to explore your quirks and explore how exactly to exploit them to unlock the power of the next level. I'm telling you right now, these quirks, these little things about you that you don't think are that important, that you discard, that you throw away, that you try not to think about. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm telling you right now is that it is just as valid of a path to unlocking and unleashing your true potential as anything you will find. I'm telling you right now, through the power of this program, we will apply the 4 tenets, and we will explore and we will find, and we will unlock. Namaste. Namaste. So all you got to do, guys, all you got to do is call the number that you see on the screen. We will have there we go. Beautiful. Yeah, make sure that's on the stream. Great. Cool. All right. So the Namaste. Namaste. Again, Raiders, welcome on in. Glenn, how was the stream? Talk to me about the energy that you left with. What kind of energy did we have over there on the stream? Talk to me about that right now, Glenn. I really appreciate that. I'd really appreciate that. I'd love to some insight, some background, some behind the scenes of you. Namaste to you. Blessings. Technology wife, so generous tonight. Single bit? Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Namaste to you, technology wife. And I'd love a breakdown of how Indiana's going. I'd love some more details on that. I'd love some more details on that. Go ahead. Drinking a little bit of iced coffee tonight. A little bit of iced coffee. I drank my electrolyte. Drinking a little bit of iced coffee with half and half, non-dairy, and I got a glass of water right here. Yeah, my levels are good. My levels are ready to go tonight. Jiz no ace. Namaste. You've got a prime. Listen, I love a prime. I absolutely adore a prime. Absolutely adore a prime. Those primes. The thing, and I know I've said this before, but ladies and gentlemen, most of us remember what it's like to be broke and on Twitch.tv. So you come on Twitch, right? You wish you could throw some biddies. You wish you could throw a sub or two or whatever. But you can't. You know that if you do that in 3 weeks, you're going to find your own dick in your own ass with an overdrafted account, checking account, before the paycheck hits. So in that context, you almost always got that prime, though. So you spend the whole month. You spend that whole month thinking, where am I going to spend that prime? What is the best use of this prime that I've got burning a hole in my pocket? Because it means a lot to me to spend it. That's what every time I see a prime, that's what I think. Every time I see a prime, that is what is in my mind. Blessings and namaste to you. Spice Racket gifted a sub to Sunshine. You're not sneaking by me with that. I don't know how I didn't see that. Namaste to you. Thank you so much. All right. All right, guys, we've got our first caller, Phil ZX6. Phil ZX6. Interesting stuff. Is this an alt? Is this our Phil Z or is this a different Phil Z? Do we have two battling Phil Z's in the chat right now? I personally hope they don't get along. Let's get into our first caller tonight as we explore your quirks or your superpowers. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Thanks so much for being patient on hold. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you tonight? Jenny! Welcome back to the program. Wow. Wow. I am so excited to host your best friend, Jenny. Wow. Listen, you have brought some heavy hitters into the community in years past, but this is your best friend. Talk to me. So tell me, what's your best friend? Tell me a little bit about them. Why are they your best friend? How long have you guys known? Oh shit. Yeah, I don't read the chat. Hold on, you've been muted this whole time.
Who's muted?
You were muted the whole time. Jenny, welcome to the program. How you doing?
What?
Communal vision from Cougar Pie muted. See, listen, I don't read chat. When I get a caller, I am so locked in. I'm not spending my time First of all, I can't read. Second of all, even if I could, I wouldn't read any of the horse shit most of you say in chat, to be completely transparent with you. Namaste to you. So maybe if you want me to be informed about being muted, maybe say more higher quality stuff in chat. Zasir say gifting a sub, namaste, just to the community, skeeting it into the community. Jen brought her best friend with her to the community. Jenny, introduce us to your best friend.
My best friend is Deborah McGee. The dude, say hi. Hi.
Wait, what's her name again?
Come on, Bejeebs, you gotta pull it out harder than that.
The
man.
Deborah McGee.
No. Deborah McGee.
Deborah McGee. It is great to have you. Deborah, so you guys have known each other for about 30 years?
I know, and I'm like
Yeah.
not a day over 30, so.
It's amazing.
You're not a day over 30. Is that true?
No.
I delivered her
Not.
at the hospital.
We met in 10th grade.
So Jenny, I'm seeing as like a Doogie Howser situation. Jenny, a teen or a preteen, sort of delivering a baby and looking at the eyes of the baby and just saying, "You're my best friend."
Right, Bejeebs? That's how it happens.
That's exactly
Listen, love is love, all right? You can't that stuff is real, and you gotta honor it. So listen, it's
We're
beautiful.
best friends now.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bejeebs, talk to them. Say
I
hi.
have so much anxiety right now.
Oh yeah,
I know,
no,
she's
listen,
kind
don't
of
worry.
nervous.
I know. It can be
It was a
nerve-wracking,
jazz.
right? It can be nerve-wracking. There's like
think it was a jazz,
86,000
though. No,
people
it was
watching
the
right
jazz.
now.
Yeah, also
It
Bejeebs.
gave me like a panic attack.
No, that's how you know the
Did go
program's
into
working.
jazz?
Deborah, there is no better indication that you're in the right spot than if you have a sort of blinding anxiety or border or actually a panic attack. That's very powerful. That's a very powerful reaction. The number of times Jenny has started crying and thrown up on stream before, I could hardly count them. Phil C74, Jenny, can we go back to the part of this call when you were on mute? It turned me on. That's from Phil Z74.
That doesn't make sense. He's my friend. Somebody else probably wrote that for him. Doesn't even make sense. I
Interesting.
brought in the best explorer ever. I brought in my best friend.
Well, Deborah, so
I'm excited
listen.
to be here.
Deborah, it's wonderful to have you. It's absolutely wonderful to have you. Listen, let's
I'm gonna
just
freak out.
if it's all right with you guys, if I have your permission, I'd love to just jump into tonight's theme since we got Jenny and Deborah on the phone right now. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know if you've seen me, hooting and hollering and honking off on stream, but tonight we're getting into your quirks are your super powers. Here we're going to use the power of this personal power program to explore maybe something about you that makes you you that you don't think is that important, and we're going to find that it's actually a path to unlocking an unimaginable power. Does that sound okay with you?
I'm ready.
All right, that's wonderful to hear. Now, Jenny, let's start with you. You said you don't even got a quirk.
I can't think of one right now.
No, that's not true, Jenny. That's not true.
What?
I think that's like saying that's like saying a Jedi doesn't have a brown robe or something. Like that's
that would be a
nonsense
false
on its
statement.
face.
That would be a false statement, yeah.
That would be a false statement. Exactly.
Aren't quirks cute?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Anybody with autism in the chat. Anybody with autism in the chat. Not the cute kind. I'm talking about the rough kind. You know what I'm talking about. You've got a lot of quirks. You might call it stimming. You might call it this, that, and the other. But you know what I'm talking about. Not all quirks are cute. What do you think about that idea, Jenny?
All right. Then I guess I have a couple quirks.
Couple quirks, yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I mean, you're a very deeply mentally ill person. Phil Z74. Deaver's superpower is probably avoiding Jenny's swarming parakeet bird attacks. Any response, Deaver?
I've never met David, but David listens to our conversations. David seems to know when it's appropriate to yell or laugh or whistle. But
she's so loving. I love you, dudes.
I love you too.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
You know how like a Beanie Baby is like, or like, you know, they just fill with those little tiny plastic things. I feel like that's what I'm made of, like a whole bag full of quirks.
That's quirky.
I am.
Look, that's quirky.
No, that's quirky. Like... Not only is that quirky, but that is a quirky way to describe it. So
nailed it.
So how about this? Let's take the heat off of Deeber. I know this is a first time call with Deeber, so let's go to you. Jenny, your best friend, certainly you must know about a quirk that she has. Talk to me about that.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, she's got some sweet dance moves. Is that quirky? I don't know. Quirky, we were just talking about it. She's too kind to people. She acts like she doesn't hate them, but she does. She hates them in her mind. She's amazing at it. Amazing. And everybody loves her, and she's just a wonderful person, but she actually...
So her quirk is that she's so endearing and charming, but that she's covering something up internally. Her internal life is actually more complicated than that.
Yes, and she can't stand people, but she acts like she can. She's amazing.
I'm very polite. That's all.
Yeah. Is that what you call it to do?
This is exactly, guys. This is a perfect first quirk to bring up. Now, to an untrained mind, somebody might say that, and that's pretty commonplace, right? Politeness, covering up a sort of aggression or something like this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, no. What I'm going to tell you right now is going to blow your mind and put a whole new perspective in your life. Now, Deeber, this quality that you're kind of just writing off that you think is just kind of normal or whatever, I am telling you, what if, instead of thinking about it as just politeness, what if I were to tell you that your superpower is being just a really, really effective manipulator and liar?
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, yeah, that means we're on the right track. Okay. So listen, oftentimes here at Explorations, and Jenny can speak to this, when confronted with the extent of our latent powers and abilities, we often we react in a way that's just kind of, we're off-put by it. We're alienated by it. We see it as something bad. And that's exactly what we just witnessed. Because what you have the ability to do is have a whole host, a world of emotional reality that is teeming under the surface. I can feel your disdain for certain people. And your ability to mask that and manipulate and lie and get through this world is something that I think demands to be explored. What do you think about that?
I disagree.
Disagree.
I told you, welcome to the program.
No, that Deeber, this is I know you're really getting
Good, man.
baptism by fire here. Pepperoncini with a communal vision though. Quirky, that's the retard son from the 90s TV show Life Goes On, right? If so, Jen is in the top 1% of quirkiness.
Well, I think what is my main issue is that I think that I'm polite, but in reality I'm not, because
I don't think you're that polite.
Right? I'm not that polite. Because when you said dishonesty, like I really am truthful to a fault, where it's probably very hurtful at times.
So what is it, Jenny? Is she endearing and charming, or what are we dealing with?
Okay, so what we've got here is somebody that like sparkles and shines, and the thing is that she acts like she's going to be so nice and wonderful, but it only lasts so long, right? So you might get maybe a good 15 minutes out of her, and then she opens up herself, and then she's, herself. But for some reason, she thinks that she has to act like that a lot, like even at the worst situations. But then she can be terrible. And that's why she's my best friend.
That's right. I feel so seen right now.
Yeah,
was that?
see? Say it again, please.
I feel so seen right now.
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome.
And it's uncomfortable, right? Doesn't it come with a degree of discomfort?
I'm sold on your program.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen. Well, listen, Deeber, it sounds like you have a very rich and deep power inside of you, waiting to be realized, waiting to be unleashed. But listen, before we go any further, I want to kind of just call it right there. This has been a perfect introduction for you, and I'm very excited to speak to you again. But so, can you tell me this? Can you promise not to be a stranger? Can you visit us again sometime soon?
I will.
Namaste.
It's
Beautiful.
been a pleasure. Thank you so
Beautiful.
much.
Isn't she lovely?
She truly is. She truly is, Jenny. I understand why she's your best friend. Phil Z74. So basically, your best friend is someone else, and Deeber or whatever is the best friend who doesn't like Jen.
What?
I don't know. That's Phil Z. That's that riddle for you.
Phil. Oh, Phil. I've heard.
Oh,
about
look,
Phil.
see?
He's a sweet and love Phil.
Look at that.
You can
Look
be
at
more
that.
than a best friend.
See?
Poor nailing it.
I
Explorer of the
think
month. Poor
That's
nailing it.
like a
Quirky,
start
manipulative angel vibes. Real quick
right.
communal vision from
Nailed it.
Pepperoncini. Always a great perspective from Pepperoncini. Jen, all stand-up comedy is worthless and gay. Stand-up comedy is stupid as fuck, except for Joe Rogan, who is fucking hilarious on stage.
Okay. He's trying to just light me up right now, and that's fine. Because you know what? I'm going to stay in this energy of my best friends, Deeber. McGee is here, and we're just going to fly high on that. And that's the bottom line.
Namaste. Namaste. Well, listen, guys, get out there. Enjoy your night. Enjoy the rest of the stream. It was wonderful to speak to you, Jenny, and it was wonderful to meet you, Deeber.
Nice to meet
Deeb,
you.
the Deeb, say namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste, ladies.
Namaste!
Wow, what a call, huh? What a tremendous introduction. Now leave it to Jenny. Leave it to Jenny to bring in the power brokers, the heavy hitters at Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Cooker Pie saying good caller. Cooker Pie Sharon, good caller with us. Namaste to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and keep this night rolling. What do you say? Keep the night rolling. We're just getting started, basically, and we got another caller lined up already. Caller, welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. This is Leslie. Go ahead and introduce yourself to chat.
Good evening, Leslie. This is Nigel. Pleasure to be here tonight with you.
Oh, Nigel, it's great to have you back on the program. How are you tonight?
Okay, I'm good. I stepped outside. I got the babies asleep, and so I got to be quiet. Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's wonderful. And so I can tell already, sometimes we get a sort of, I would say the highest energy we've ever gotten out of you is maybe a 4.8, and now I could feel it as as a necessary 2.4.
Yeah, I'm a bit tired tonight. I apologize.
Oh, Liz, there's nothing to apologize for. Listen, a lot of times people think they got to call and they got to be animated, colorful, funny, interesting, blah, blah, blah. But all you got to do is truly bring yourself. And that's exactly what you did. I appreciate that. Cheer 200 from Jizz Knows. Namaste to you. Thank you for that. Just the presence, the iteration of presence. Namaste. Now, Nigel, let's get into you right now. Tonight we're exploring, your quirks or your superpowers. Talk to me right now. What is a quirk that you feel like you just always had? Some little thing that you do that makes you you?
I had originally thought I've always been good at fixing things. Ever since I was a kid, I'd be taking stuff apart in the house and putting it back together just to. I always had this curiosity to see what made things tick. What's inside the box there.
So you love kind of just getting behind the scenes, behind the curtain, taking a look under the hood, and really just kind of figuring stuff out for yourself. You've been curious.
Oh yeah, yep. Always been one to dive down the rabbit holes.
Oh, I love that one. Phil Z74 with the Communal Vision. Nigel, scale of 1 to 10, can you pounce on some spotted dick from a can?
some spotted dick from a can. Phil, I did not know they sold spotted dick in the can. I would not jump on it. No.
Okay, so I'm glad that we could connect on that. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, if there's some context clues that I should have in order to understand that, but either way, the connection feels lively and alive, and I appreciate you guys doing that in real time. Just two fellas.
But Leslie, since I've been waiting on hold, excuse me, I had another quirk came to mind. When I was young, back in elementary, middle school, I have a twin brother. His name is Milton, and so growing up as a twin, we always had this kind of a telepathy going on, where we could finish each other's sentences, and this and that. But when I was in school, I remember in art class sitting at the table there, and I forget what brought up, but I would close my eyes and I would ask each kid at the table, like, what's your middle name? And I closed my eyes and it would come to me, and I would guess it. I got it right every time. There were 4 kids sitting around the table with me, and one by one, I closed my eyes and it came to me, and I was correct every time. So yeah, that kind of amazed me at the time, and
wow,
made me curious about how do you say consciousness and
oh
thought.
yeah,
Like, is it contained in the head or is it broadcasted? Like how was that possible that I was able to do something like that?
Yeah, I think now that is interesting. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, there are a few topics that can beguile the mind but also, maybe the biggest question mark that we could tackle here at Explorations. There's no bigger question mark than consciousness itself, as Nigel just brought up. Phil Z74, close your eyes. What's my middle name?
Is it starts with a CH? Maybe Christopher.
Is that right, Phil? Are we a Philip Christopher? I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to hear back.
All right. Now, since this has happened, and I've also had many experiences with paranormal, like ghosts and stuff like that. And
Phil Z74 says, "Holy shit, he got it."
Really?
Wow. Wow. That's tremendous. That's tremendous.
Since this has happened, back in high school, I dabbled with I would smoke weed and different hallucinogens and such, and I found when I smoked weed that this ability faded, and different paranormal stuff wouldn't bother me as much, and I kind of enjoyed that because going to different places was a bit nerve-wracking, like my grandparents' house. But anyhow, well, I digress. I think I've taken up plenty of time, and it was nice. Thank you for having me, Mister.
Listen, Nigel, I want you to think about this one thing before you go, though. Okay?
Yes.
I want you to think about this one thing before you go. This situation now. Of course, you're not the first person that has come to me within the program with any sort of, call it what you want, abilities or just a heightened sense for something. Just an intuition, a sharper intuition in some ways that really kind of it stands out from the normal, from what you'd see in a normal everyday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, within that, though, one thing that every single person that's come through my program with an ability like yours, not quite necessarily exactly like yours, but something that sets them apart. Let's call this a quirk. One little piece of guidance that I offer humbly is and this is coming from experience. This is coming from experience with somebody who has flirted with some of these abilities as well. And one piece of guidance I would give you is that there is a certain temptation to abilities like this. It interacts with our ego in a way. It may want, our ego. It might play on our egos with a latent. It might heighten a latent desire to become something important, to build, to be responsible, to quote help others, etc., etc. It is important to be aware of this as possible because that is a dark road. That is a darkness. What I heard at the beginning of your call, this wanting to understand what's going on, this question. What I hear is the question, the second tenet of the program, right? Questioning. And here at Explorations, we see questioning as a destructive process. The power of questioning is an ability to destroy. So given that baseline, and I'm sure you're no stranger to this. You sound like a seasoned vet in your own way, but I warn anyone with an ability like yours to be wary of the temptation to use your power responsibly, effectively, or that it's going to lead you to become something important or good.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Tanner. I try my best not to use it. Because like meeting people for the first time. With my job, I meet new people every day. Right. Homeowners, and it's sometimes, like, I try not to make eye contact because I immediately make that connection with them, like, kind of looking inside of their soul. And
Right.
I'm sure every human has, this is a human ability everyone has, but I kind of get like flashes of images in my head of flashes of their life, and I immediately know off the bat like what type of person. Intuition. Everyone has intuition.
Right.
But,
Exactly.
well,
that's.
Sorry.
Well,
Leslie.
listen. Let's explore. This is a deep well. This is a deep, rich well that we can explore into, in the coming months. So, Nigel, let's just save the rest of it. Thank you so much for your vulnerability tonight, though, for sharing this quirk.
Thank you for having me. I gotta get inside. I gotta take a piss break. Thank you for having me, Leslie.
Of course, Nigel. Have a wonderful night. Namaste.
Oh, yes, sir. All right, bye-bye. Namaste.
I encourage everyone with an ability like that to heed the siren song, to be wary of the siren song, to become something positive, affirmative. It's why mindfulness should have never met our shores. It was a mistake. It was a disaster for the Eastern ideas to meet the shores of the West. When we got the idea of minimalism, when we got the idea of some vaguely, the idea of ego coming from the Eastern shores, when that hit our Puritan minds in the West, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a Holocaust. I call it the second Holocaust. I've always called it that. The second Holocaust, subtitled the worst one. So heed the ideas that supernatural abilities, intuitions, heightened abilities like this will lead to something affirmative, something positive. Be wary. I had a student once. Very talented individual. Eventually unlocked an intuitive power like what Nigel just shared, and found themselves overcome with these feelings of an enduring beauty, an enduring and foundational beauty to the universe. And we butt heads for a long time before eventually they had to leave. They were called to the darkness of the ego in this sense. Namaste. Barry Punch, good to see you, by the way. Barry Punch, blessings. 773-974-9585. Tonight we're getting into your quirks or your superpowers. Great calls tonight, everybody. Terrific calls tonight. And like I said, I need the lurkers come off that back wall tonight. I need my lurkers. I need my lurkers to check in. 773-974-9585. Hold, are you a professor? Sincere question. I have taught, yes. Some people, when I work with them one-on-one, they prefer to call me professor, and that's fine. I mean, I've served that role, certainly. In my attic, alone, laughing and coughing, I'm suffering. Sunshine Melody, namaste to you, sweetheart. Thank you for sharing that. Technology wife, let's get an affirmation for these. Listen. You can and should just grab the bucket of popcorn out of the trash at the movie theater, go fill it up. And everyone's going to look at you, they're not going to give it a second thought because you're you. (773-974-9585). 773-974-9585. I'm Robert Kopp. Nice to see you. Hopefully you caught that they, them affirmation just a moment ago. Great to see you. I'm Robert Kopp. Namaste. Hope you're having a wonderful night. You know, guys, I've been reflecting on the Power of Silence subathon. How many of you were there? I know I see some names, a lot of the names that were there, but the Power of Silence subathon this past August, right? Sent reverberations, very long-lasting reverberations through my heart and mind. And I've already been, there we go, namaste. I was there on accident, not me. Not me just being funny tonight. Yeah, namaste to you. Namaste to my temporary roommate, not Mish. I was there on accident. Me, says Robert Kopp there. Okay, so listen, I've been reflecting on it. The reason I ask who still learning the hard lessons. Yeah, I know, me too. To be honest, that's exactly what I was going to get into. Is that I've been still find myself reflecting on both the power but also the impotence of silence, right? And I've been considering next year. I've been considering next year's Power of Silence subathon. Would you believe it's already been 2 months? It's already been 2 months. Time is going to fly by, and that next Power of Silence subathon is going to be upon us. And when I consider that, ladies and gentlemen, I consider I am enthused. I'm excited. You know, doubtlessly excited. A dog ready to run into a brick wall. Of silence with you all. Ladies and gentlemen, though, can I be honest with you? Can I be vulnerable with you? I also fear something. I fear something about this next Power of Silence subathon. I fear that it'll be too powerful. I fear that the next time we do the Power of Silence subathon, that it will be too powerful. I guess we'll see. August 2026, Power of Silence subathon. It does feel not that long ago. It feels crazy that it was 2 months ago. All right, we got another caller lined up. Tonight we're getting into your quirks or your superpowers. Namaste. caller, welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What is something that I can call you tonight?
Hello, Leslie. This is Reverend It All Costs Money. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. Reverend, it's great to hear from you. It's great to hear from you. Did you call on Thursday, or was the last time I heard from you during the Infatuations last weekend?
Infatuations. I attempted to call in Thursday, but then greened out and fell asleep on my porch, and I think the call disconnected.
Ooh, that's kind of nice, right?
Yeah, it was actually. I woke up, it was like, maybe like, I don't know, mid-60s, like very, very, very gentle breeze, and I was just passed out in my lawn chair with like a half bag of Doritos. It was kind of nice. Yeah.
I love that. Now that sounds like a cowboy, like a cowboy night.
Yeah, just not a lot of steers. You know what I mean?
No steers and no no gonorrhea.
Alcohol. Yeah, no gonorrhea, indeed. And no alcohol. No alcohol. I have not had any alcohol since last November. And yesterday marked 7 months 100% nicotine free.
Holy freaking moly, namaste. Mother Nipple Bottom dropping 25 gifted community subs. Holy moly.
Nice.
Namaste to Mother Nipple Bottom tonight. Wow. Extremely generous, extremely powerful contribution here to the most effective personal power program in the country. Mother Nipple Bottom, like really coming in and saying, like, listen, I know how powerful this can be. I want to see it become even more powerful. I want to see the lives transform from coast to coast. I'm ready for it. The world is ready for it. Let's go. That's what Mother Nipple Bottom is saying. Mother Nipple, we've got Phil Z with a communal vision real quick. One more moment, Reverend. Hey, caller, have you ever been reading the Bible and had a super itchy grundle and said to yourself, no, do not tempt me, Satan's undercarriage?
That was once again Phil Z. I appreciate you contributing to the program. You are an asset to this community, but once again, I am unable to decipher the meaning behind those words.
I like the evening's theme a lot, says Mother Nipple Bottom. Excited about the theme. Excited. I see. So am I. I'm ready. I've been geared up all night, all day and all night. This occurred to me just a couple days ago. I was like, this would be a tremendous theme. I am inspired. Let's go. So, Mother Nipple Bottom, I'm right there with you. I'd love to explore a quirk of yours if you want to share one in chat. I know you don't like to call. At least to my knowledge, you are at least good at disguising your voice. Reverend, let's talk about it. Your quirks, right? What's going on? Mm-hmm. What is a quirk of yours?
I don't know if this just is a quirk or if it's a top tier asshole move, but I'm really good at taking my ball and going home and not feeling bad about it.
Interesting. So can you give me I think I know what you're talking about. Could you elaborate a little bit, just for those of us that maybe don't speak the same language? 'Cause I understand what you're saying and what that could imply. But for those, we got some dullards in the chat. So if you could just kind of really fill in the blanks for them.
Well, I'm really good about not giving two shits about other people's emotional well-being or happiness in a situation. And if I'm not having fun, regardless of their feelings, I will leave. I will just be like, no, this isn't for me. I don't like this. I am very upfront about saying no to a lot of things. I'm also really upfront about saying yes, but like, I don't waffle, right? I'm very direct and clear, and I think that is a very quirky thing in 2025. Like, if you ask somebody how they feel about something they don't know, they're going to waffle on it, right? I'll just be like, never tried it, or no thank you, or yep, not having fun, I'm leaving. Anybody who rode with me, find your own ride home, or you can go now. Like, it's my car, it's my ride, I'm taking it, and I'm leaving y'all here if you don't want to leave with me. My ball, I'm going home. You can no longer play the game.
Interesting. I love this. And this honestly sounds like a pretty so interesting. So because if I were to see this in real time, I wouldn't necessarily see it as a quirk. I would see it as kind of a developed skill that you have that serves you well. It's interesting to think of it as a quirk, and let's think of it as a quirk. I like that you presented that, and let's dance with it. So as a quirk, now would you have anyone in your life close to you that would describe this as a quirk?
Potentially. I'd be like, yeah, no, that's just kind of Josh. Because I also am, or maybe it's my ability to just disappear for stretches of time on end and not contact anyone. Like, yeah, not me gets it. Like, I'm just really good at just disappearing. I feel like that's kind of quirky.
Okay, got it. I got it. All right. So listen, I found out what's going on. I think that this is a tremendous strength. How would you say that this was a what percentage of your quirk, your strength in this area, is sort of just kind of natural and innate, or developed over time because of certain experiences that you've had?
Ooh, that's a very good question. I'm going to go with 40-40-20. And the 20 is like a mixture of the both. That's like if you have a weird Venn diagram, it's only two circles and you got the little like split one. Like that 20% is both. But then there's like the clearly defined like one side and clearly defined other side, 40-40.
Right, beautiful. So listen.
And in the 20 is familial, right?
That 20% is familial?
Yeah, right. So like family forced it upon me, but also that's the environment I grew up in. That's how I learned to like just, right?
There we go, brother. Listen, exactly where I was going to head next was like, regardless, I'd love to get into it sometime. I'd love to get into the weeds of your suffering and trauma sometime. But right now, I just want to take a look at just like a very obvious, your quirk of being sort of isolating, of putting yourself first and learning how to do that, even when it like really butts up or directly contradicts another's happiness. I think like this is a quirk. Sure, it's a skill, but it's also a quirk. But I would say the superpower hidden under that is and I think you're gonna recognize this when I say it, is your ability to suppress a near lifetime, near an entire lifetime filled with being hurt by other people. People have let you down. Is that right?
I am constantly let down by everyone around me, but that's kind of because I keep a high standard, and when other people don't live up to it, I just automatically judge them as inferior specimens of humanity, which is part of the whole like condescending nature. I tell people I am a recovering goth. I'm trying to get past that a little bit, or a lot of it, and it's difficult sometimes.
We've seen you. It's the recovery's not going well.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Well, listen. I think even that example that you gave, you have a high standard. Even that is like, could be a quirk. I would also call it a skill. But in terms of a superpower, you have been hurt in some very major ways in the past. All right, and that is that's what I sniffed out right away, and I was curious if that was true. You've confirmed that. So what I'm going to say is your quirk superpower pipeline is, you got these quirks. You leave parties, you don't give rides, you're ready to fucking pull the plug on any Tom, Dick, or Jane in town, but underneath that, the absolute superpower that you have is this brutal suppression and repression, in some instances, I'm sure, of having been hurt, traumatized, let down, and heartbroken by some very important people in your life. And I'll bet you're ready for it going into the future.
Interesting. I see a communal vision coming up here.
Philzy74, caller, it seems like you're an empath. Can you absorb a homeless person's pain that sharded, and which is a mixture of a shit and fart?
I believe under the right cognitive process, I believe I could, yes.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I,
okay.
Definitely. I think I could feel empathy, and I do feel empathy for a lot of things. This is definitely not a superpower. And here's something that I would love to get into with you at some point. I feel guilty for having fun.
Wow. Yeah. Listen, there is Iran, I just read an article that Iran, the country of Iran, discovered an absolutely enormous preserve of natural gas in their territory. And I thought that was big news. This is big news. You have just told me, you've pointed the direction in a truly unlimited power in our journey to the next level. And I'm excited to get into that with you. Guilty about having fun.
I do.
Yeah. Listen,
and it's not Catholic guilt. There's no religion behind it whatsoever. It's just touching on that empathy thing and the whole humanist stuff. I see shit going down and I feel bad. And I'm like, man, why am I sleeping in this nice silk bed with like a private chef and like air conditioning when, there's masked people kidnapping American citizens off the street without warrants?
That's a really good point. And you're in silk, you're eating nice little meals, you're smoking weed and falling asleep on your safe porch, and they're camping out in front of elementary schools wearing an Amazon cop outfit.
Yup.
Wow.
Here we
so
are
much to get into. Well, listen.
So I know, like, as my therapist, I would really like to delve into this sometime.
No, that's powerful. There's a lot of power in that guilt. But let's save it. Let's save it for next time, all right?
Namaste. Did you want to go back to the quirks of my, or would you like to have a conversation?
Well, listen, the superpower that you have, I'll make it real short right now for you. The superpower that you have, you see this quirk of, I keep to myself, I'm ready to like pull up the drawbridges, I protect myself, I'm concerned with my own happiness. Listen, you're a very clearly hurt person, protecting yourself, and there is a lot of power in that. We have been rated by Flying Veda. Namaste, Sister Veda. Sister Stacy, namaste to you coming in. I cannot thank you enough, Flying Veda, for bringing your gaggle of goofballs to us here at Explorations with Leslie Tanner. We're getting into your quirks are your superpowers. Your quirks are your superpowers. So, namaste, welcome on in. I was just kind of wrapping up with Reverend It All Costs Money. It all costs money, but yeah, I'll make it. Your superpower, on the surface, it looks like a quirk. Your real superpower is the absolutely brutal, heartbreaking, but extremely powerful, repressive and suppressive wall between you and the hurt that you have been the hurt that others have caused you. So that is a tremendously powerful weapon in your arsenal.
Beautiful. Namaste. The program works.
Namaste.
Bless you.
Blessings and namaste to you. It all costs money. Namaste. Wow, that was a good one. How we doing? Flying Veda, how we doing? How was the stream over there? Sweetheart? I'd love to know. Was the stream good? Was it positive? Was it negative? Was it rough? What was the vibe like? Did you have some fun over there? Did it feel kind of like a chore? Sometimes it can. Lord knows sometimes it can feel like a chore. You have all these baby birds coming up to you, and they're looking for the breast milk, and maybe one day your breasts are just feeling a little parched, right? A little dried up. You've been running on fumes. You'd love to suck on your own breasts and drink some milk of your own, maybe. But no, you've got these people. You've got these burdens. The chat are burdens. And that's important to keep in mind. Streamers, current or streamers' perspective, you got to understand. If you got people in your chat, they are a burden. Onion Plug, they're leech. He says leech. They're a leech. They are a drain. And it is very important. I would argue that it is crucial to be very clear with yourself about that. These people are a burden on you, as all of you are onto me. A burden that I am mostly grateful for, not always, Lord knows. That I gladly, like a excited dog with a tennis ball and a brick wall to run into. Yeah, I enjoy it. But it would be a mistake to say like, oh, you just make my life so fun and rich. What would I possibly do without you? No, absolutely not. I could have a much happier, and I wouldn't say fulfilling. I could have a much more lighthearted and joy-filled life without all of your presence in my life. But I sacrifice it for you. I sacrifice that for you. That's how serious I am about this program and serious about giving you the tools you need to transform your life. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. We've got a caller on the line, new caller. Caller, welcome back to the program. As you know, I'm Leslie. This is Explorations. We're getting into your quirks or your superpowers. Caller, go ahead and introduce yourself to the chat.
Hey there, Guru. It's Wiki. How you been there, big dog? Woo.
Brother Wiki, I am elated to speak to you tonight. I'm doing great. I'm having a very high energy, fun night with the community. How are you doing, Brother Wiki?
I'm having a really good night tonight. I have the Pensacola, and I'm hanging out. I had a bag of Funyuns, and I just started watching the stream, and I was hanging out with somebody. We were watching a little bit of football.
You're watching a little bit of football. Now that's fun. That's a fun weekend activity.
Oh yeah, that's a quirk. When I saw that, I knew I had to call in about quirk.
That's a quirk? So your quirk is just watching football on the weekends?
No. My call when I would take me to football game, and they'd be college football. And for some reason, I would zone in on the mascot. And then I had to learn every mascot of every Division I football team from there on out for some reason. Something about the mascot got me, gave me a tism or a quirk. She said, Wiki, you so full of quirks. You a quirky kid. I was like, yeah, the call. I know.
Namaste. Listen, that's beautiful. I really appreciate that. Just to recap, I want to make sure I understand this clearly, Wiki. You, because of your caw, you were he forced you, basically, it sounds like, to memorize every single mascot for every college football team?
No, I did that on my own. I would get a hot chocolate because it'd be nighttime, and I'd be all warm under a blanket, like under a cold, like November, and it was good memories. And we played football team, and I wonder why is that team called the Red Raiders? And I would look them up, and then I got so interested, and I thought the mascot was so cool that I had to look them all up. I want to know why. Why is that team called the Patriots? Why is that team called the Mustangs? And some of them were real cool mascots, and some were really dumb. But I just wonder why.
Wondering why. Communal vision from Mother Nipplebottom. Always a really good perspective from Mother Nipplebottom. Namaste. Wiki, did your favorite mascot have massive nipples?
No. I think one of my top ones would probably be a tiger. I like them tigers.
And they got tiny little nipples.
Yeah, they got a little nipple.
They make up for with the quantity of nipples. They have many nipples, but they're small.
Yeah, but they look cool.
The nipples do, or just tigers in general?
Just the tiger girls. Them tiger girls, they got a little nipple for all the cubs that come up to drink the milk.
Poor with a communal vision. Poor communal vision. Who's the mascot for the Vols?
Well, that right there would be the Tennessee Volunteers. They not that you said it right in your question. See, you done gave yourself away. If we was at like one of them bars where they had them shows and you could play, and I would be your man for the mascot. You say, hey, you got a mascot question? You ask Wiki. I got him.
Communal vision coming in from Phil Z74. Wiki, you strike me as that kind of college football fan who has his fly down and deviantly says, no, this is me, and just pees wherever.
Now, I have been caught behind a Seven Stadium, taking a good piss after having a bunch of beers and some hot dogs. They got some good nachos. They got some good nachos from time to time.
Wow. Cougar Pie saying, he's putting 20 bits down saying good caller. Cougar Pie is excited about you, Wiki.
Oh, she's a sweetheart. You can tell she going up.
I know, right?
Up, up.
Transforming, unlocking the power since day one with that Cougar Pie. Now, Wiki, so let's take a look at your quirk, right, of just being drawn to these mascots, being drawn to the memorization of the mascots. Now, of course, yeah, that is quirky. That's a really good example of a quirk, first and foremost. I think you really understood what I meant, the spirit of that word, when I said the word quirk. Something small, something silly, something, that you wouldn't really pay too much mind to. But let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something that is going to further transform your life. Communal vision before that, Communal vision, Phil Z74. Wiki, you kind of disappointed me there. You know what you did?
Oh, will we? I don't know what I did there. But I know the mascot there, TLZ. You can question me. You can test me. Give me any college football team. Division I, don't go down to the Division II, because I don't know all the weirdos. You give me a Division I team, and I will blow your mind. I'll give you whoever that mascot is. I know it. It's somewhere locked in my little dumb brain.
I got one for you. Ready?
All right.
I think they're Division I. University of North Texas.
They the Mean Green.
Yep, the Mean Green. You did it. Perfect. Nailed it. Okay, how about
any one of those conferences, I got you covered. There, that boss.
What about NC State, North Carolina State?
Wolfpack.
Maryland, University of Maryland.
Terrapin, they the terrapin. They them turtles that eat meat. They the terrapin.
I'm trying to think of another one. Yeah, 13th, he did. He answered the Vols one. That was honestly pretty easy because it's in the name. But what about I'm just thinking of obvious ones right now. But Syracuse.
Orange bean.
Texas A&M.
Aggie.
Florida State.
Seminole.
Are they still getting away with it?
Yeah, they got them spears on the helmet. Yeah.
Oh, so they got rid of that chief?
Yeah, they know. There's a team that went. They went from the Indians, Red Men, to the Red Wolves. I think they in the Sun Belt Conference, but they changed their mascot. They tried to trick me with that one.
They've been trying to trick you. The woke mob's been trying to trick you since starting about 10 years ago.
Yeah, they changed their names up. They don't like that. And I see where they're coming from. I get it.
Okay, how about let's keep going. Tulane.
The Green Wave.
Miami.
Hurricane.
OSU.
Oklahoma State University Buckeye.
San Diego State.
Aztec.
Wow. Mother Nipple Bottom with a communal vision that'll be up on the screen in just a moment.
Logan is white. Logan the Logan. He busted me out. You're white. I thought he was talking about Ohio.
He confused his OSUs.
Yeah, I did. I got the OSU confused.
Mother Nipple Bottom. Short-tailed possums have almost 30 nipples. Selendon rats have nipples on their butts. My spirit animals. What are your favorite nipples?
My favorite nipple, I would have to say, would probably be, I like how them sloths have their nipples. They cute.
What was that?
A sloth, like them sloths, you know, they hang on the trees. They cute.
They are cute. I love a sloth. I love the sloth. I think they're very cute. I'm going to line up with you on that 100%. Now, Wiki Wivel, let's get into your quirk being a superpower actually. You're gonna catch me saying something that you don't hear me saying often this call, but I find myself in a position to express something that, while it might seem unorthodox for me to say, I would like everyone to give me some rope on this, okay? Give me some rope. Understand that we have a mutual understanding of the context in which I say this. Phil Z74, the Purdue what?
Boy, you make us.
Yeah, that
one's
one's
the boy you make us.
That one's that one's not that. That one's not hard. Louisville.
Cardinal.
And so what I'm about to say is, I'm reticent to even say it, but what you're talking about is a little bit of autism, Wick. Mother Nipplebottom, does the community of Devoted Light have a mascot?
It was
Not
probably
yet.
the Universe. I think you would call it the Universe. Picture of the Universe.
Picture of the
I
Universe?
think that might be a good mascot.
Interesting. And it's just a square of maybe like a tesseract.
That would be really cool.
Mother Nibblebottom says it has to be a hot dog. Mother Nibblebottom has been very preoccupied by hot dogs as of late, if anybody hasn't noticed. PhilZ74, I fucking hate you, Wiki.
No, wow, I love you, Phil, though. See, that's the paradox. When you hate me, I love you. When I hate you, you love me. We gonna rub on each other one day.
All right, so as much as I want to be there when you guys make love, I want to say this about autism. All right, autism itself. Now, I've seen T-shirt after bumper sticker, after poster, after whatever statements that say something to the effect that autism is actually a superpower, and it nauseates me. It nauseates me to listen, especially when it comes from a therapist or a social worker, to somebody that they're working with, especially a child, especially to give that message to a child, is so destructive without the proper context. They need to understand the depth at which they have been maligned and failed by the universe. They need to understand the depth of their disability. They need to understand the depth of how uncomfortable at best and excruciating most likely the rest of their life will be. Now, given that context, given the idea that I'm not one to normally say that autism itself is a superpower, I think in this context we're seeing that autism itself does come with certain abilities, certain heightened abilities that can be developed and heightened even further. So in your context, Wick, you might see, a cute little obsession with the mascots, but what I see is a mind that can drill with a natural relentlessness and tirelessness that the normal mind could never be capable of.
It's kind of like I pull it from a black box somewhere. I don't know where all that information comes from. It's like a airplane black box.
Exactly. So, and Technology Wife saying utter depth of despair. So Technology Wife being autistic, being one of our artistic explorers, and saying utter depths of despair. Now that is the message that we need to be giving autistic children. None of this nonsense, literal nonsense. I like to say, listen, I like to joke around here. We like to have fun here on Exploration with Leslie Tanner. This is not a joke. Stop telling children that autism is a superpower. Stop telling children that autism is just this little quirk. Start telling them how desperately miserable their life is going to be. The depth of their isolation needs to be as real to them as the tree outside their window. This is the greatest gift. If you love them, if you believe in them, this is what you will tell the children. You will not send them down this path. You will not send them down this path of quote-unquote positive thinking, quote-unquote positive attitude. This is damaging. This is more abusive than molesting autistic children. Hear me. Now, WikiWiva, you have shown that autism can be actually come with some skills, and you've really certainly demonstrated that tonight. A certain restlessness, a tirelessness in certain areas, and I want to thank you for that.
I appreciate it. It's kind of fun remembering those mascots. Some of them are really cool, and some of them are really dumb. I don't know why.
Nigel Pennyweather with a Communal Vision. Caller, can you tell us about any controversial mascot changes or facts that may have rocked the mascot enthusiast world? Namaste.
Well, I think Wesley really hit on that when it was the Native Americans that had a water problems with having themselves called red men or warriors or things like that. As a little kid, I looked up to all those guys. I thought all them Indian tribes was really cool, and I thought they were really masculine and really tough and really neato. But apparently they didn't like it, so I can agree. That's fine. I mean, would you like to have a Southern team called the White Boy Quackers or the Middle Tennessee State Rednecks? I don't know. But they didn't like it, so I thought like the tomahawk chop and all that stuff was pretty cool. Because it reminded me of being tough and being out in the woods, chasing down bears and shit.
Right,
exactly.
Chasing down bears and shit.
That's a big one.
That's again, I think we should have at least did like a public forum, pros and cons of certain instances of racial, what's the word I'm looking for?
Right. What are the pros and cons? I mean,
just really. Pros and cons to racial assumptions or something. Mother Nipplebottom, I tell mine that they will do what we did: cope poorly, be unskilled sometimes, and learn to mask. For fuck's sake, Mother Nipplebottom, a tremendous mother, really truly showing that. Namaste to you. Appreciate you sharing that. Thank you for sharing that a little bit with us. Now, Wiki, this has been a tremendous call. I want to thank you. Thanks for going along with me. Thanks for being so generous with yourself tonight.
Oh, I appreciate it, Guru. I had a great time. I just wanted to tell you about my quirk.
Absolutely, and we are richer for a real quick affirmation for these. New Balance, those great New Balances are great on you. It's the right call. Don't second guess it if you find yourself perusing Zappos.com. Now, Wiki, any final little message for chat before we move on tonight?
Hey, enjoy your quirk. Make it work.
Wow. You couldn't ask for a better ending than that. Namaste to you, Wick. Have a wonderful night.
Namaste. I love you guys. Y'all have a good one, chat.
Namaste. Wow. Beautiful stuff. Well, listen, guys, it's time for me to take a little pee-pee break. I got to take that break time. You know. But guys, stick around for a couple words about my community of devoted light at patreon.com. Just for a couple dollars a month, I can give you the most exclusive and life transformative materials on the planet tonight for just a couple dollars. Namaste to you, though. I'm going to take a pee-pee, and we'll be right back with the second half of Explorations with Leslie Tanner, exploring how your quirks are actually superpowers. Namaste, everybody. I'll be right back.
Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Since Leslie and his program broke onto the scene, Explorations has become the #1 best-selling and most influential personal power program in modern history. Millions of people from all over the world have gotten a chance to meet this truly remarkable man and utterly transform their lives with the power of Explorations.
I listened to this introductory tape and I knew then and there, this is what I needed. I felt just so much better knowing there are a bunch of people out there suffering like me.
I'm not kidding you. I think after the first tape, I knew, okay, I'm gonna be fine.
I got such relief from the very beginning, starting the program.
Now that you've gotten a taste of what this program is capable of, it's time to show you how to take your life to the next level. Here to tell you more about what is possible is legally licensed clinical therapist, author, coach, speaker, entrepreneur, martial artist, amateur musician, one of the nation's foremost thinkers, and our guru, Leslie Tanner.
Good evening, everyone. Whether you've been with us since the very beginning and have watched Explorations work wonders in your life, or you're joining us for the first time tonight, I say namaste to you. As you've watched Explorations in action during our call-in show, no doubt your mind is reeling from the limitless potential you now know is possible. Between the tailored themes and lectures, to the myriad avenues of exploration through the channel points, to the customized ways to interact with me and the community, there simply has never been anything quite like this program. Now is usually the point in one of these self-help programs where it starts to sound like a sales pitch. Someone like me might normally say something like, listen, I know your time is precious. Let me cut to the chase. But there's only one problem with that. We know your time isn't precious. I could speak at length for hours and hours about absolutely nothing, and I still wouldn't be wasting your time because, well, you're here, looking for a fast, all-encompassing solution to the problems in your life that have become so intolerable, you're not sure what you're going to do. You may be considering any number of extreme decisions, ranging from short-term band-aids to more permanent solutions. However, as dark and bleak as your situation is, so too must our tools be bright and revolutionary. So whether you're tired and looking for more energy and enthusiasm for life, or maybe you're lonely and isolated but want better relationships, let me tell you that for these things and so much more, my breakthrough program of explorations to explore the universe and beyond really works. It's worked for elite performance athletes, critically acclaimed artists, best-selling authors, entrepreneurs, and for thousands of others just like you. I have been blessed by the universe for a brief moment that I now command upwards of $50,000 for speaking engagements. But through the technology of this program, you can hire me, Leslie Tanner, as your personal therapist, coach, and guru, all rolled into one at the Community of Devoted Light on Patreon.com. Where you and thousands of others just like you are learning to leverage the chaos around them to catapult their lives to heights that were previously unimaginable. Here's how it works. I've created a tightly knit community where individuals seeking to access the next level are able to study, reflect, meditate, and grow with an ever-expanding library of exclusive materials, each containing life-changing tools and techniques designed to explore topics covered here in our call-in show, but much more deeply, therefore increasing the benefits of the program exponentially. These materials include your name in the credits at the end of the stream, demonstrating the importance of your leadership and the value of your investment. A signed personal postcard sent out each month full of observations and witticisms by me, Leslie Tanner. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Exclusive video materials now available to the poor, designed to rocket your progress past those who cannot afford success. Here's a little sneak peek at what you're missing. Downloads of all specially crafted music used in our productions here and elsewhere that have accompanied your journey thus far. Tracks such as New Beginnings, Psychic Romance, Reaching into Darkness, or The Skeptic's Gamble. Exclusive archival prints such as these, channeled and honed by myself, Leslie Tanner, upon which you can guide your own meditations at home. I'm not an artist, nor do I claim to be. These visions are a burden and cause me immense suffering. But I do it for you. Now, you might expect that a program like this would cost thousands of dollars, but because I'm offering this to you through the internet, these life-transforming materials can be yours for the monthly cost of a few cups of coffee on your way to work. With access to these materials, regardless of your level of investment, you will also be receiving a complimentary download of our landmark track, The Sojourn Begins, as a thank you. So does this sound good to you? Well, what are you waiting for? If you are ready to join the thousands of others who have already committed to the final journey To access the next level, simply type Final Journey into the chat and you will be guided with further instructions. One thing I can promise you is that however massive your problems are, however abject and humiliating your life has become, I have created something so simple yet so profound in this program, you'll be absolutely flabbergasted by the results. Now, let's get back to the program. Namaste.
Namaste, explorers. Welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. It's me, Leslie. That was a couple words about my community of devoted light at patreon.com. Like I said at the top, guys, if you're called, you're called. I'm not going to make hay out of it. A lot of you are not going to be called, and that could be because you're poor. It could be because this, that, or the other. And if you're called, you're called. Listen, I don't know how much more obvious I can make it. Life transforming, exclusive library of materials, monthly postcard. Listen, it doesn't get any more obvious than that. If you show me, I'm eating pepperonis like little snacks. They're a little snack for me right now. But anyway, like I was saying, guys, show me another instance of anything even remotely close to what this program offers. Show me something. Show me another goddamn channel on Twitch that does this. You won't find it. You simply won't find it. Go ahead, click that mental health tab. Go ahead and click that mental health tab and see the wasteland of charlatans, jackals, and rapists on twitch.tv. (773-974-9585). Your quirks or your superpowers? Let's get into it. We got a caller on the line, ready to rock and roll. We got some interesting perspective on some perspective quirks. Let's get into it. Trope, I see a lot of big boobs, but nothing that rivals the program. And that's not to take anything away from big boobs. Breasts are extremely powerful. And it's important that, I say this as a therapist, do not let yourself get into the weeds about how much you are attracted to breasts or how you are attracted to breasts. Do not. It does not require thought. Do not let thought, reason, logic enter the sphere of breasts. Do not. Do not. Love all the breast soldiers on twitch.tv. Namaste, caller. Welcome back to Explorations. This is Leslie. Go ahead and introduce yourself to chat.
Hi, my name's Jenny.
Jenny, welcome back to the program. How you doing tonight?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty solid. Having a pretty solid night.
Yeah.
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 I was on hold, and I just listened to you literally eat pepperoni. And I feel like that was weird. I could hear your breathing. I could hear you, like, chewing on it. And it was vulgar. Vulgar. And I just want to...
And you just want to what? Is that the end of the thought?
That thought. I also brought in my best friend tonight. And you know what you did? You peeled her open like an onion. Don't you think you could have had a little bit more grace?
Phil C74, Jenny, your friend sounded hot. Can you introduce me to her?
She's absolutely gorgeous. Phil, fuck you, no. Anyway, you peeled her open like an onion. And actually made her pretty uncomfortable. I had to sit in silence on the phone with her. We probably didn't talk for like an hour and a half. We just sat together. And I said, well, it's the program. And all she said is, I think I want more. And then I had to sit with her quietly because you just friggin' rammed her. You just rammed her. Look at that.
Jenny, can I tell you something, Jenny?
Oh, please.
I just want to respond thoughtfully to what you just said. Is that okay?
Okay, can I calm down for 1 second?
For sure, yeah. Tell me when you're ready.
All right, I'll tell you. All right, hold on.
Okay, now.
Okay, I'm ready.
Now,
wait. Okay, I'm good.
Okay, I understand from her perspective. You know, somebody with my, empathy and communication skills can trigger a sort of defense response. I get that. It can be overwhelming.
Jarring. It was jarring.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But listen to me when I tell you, the things that I see on people after talking to them for just a few moments. Philzy74, Ram Dur, is that an new car?
Never makes sense.
Okay.
Just can't even make sense.
Yeah, I think it's the new Dodge truck for the mentally disabled.
Wait, the Ram Dur. Got him.
Got him. Rack him up.
Got him.
Got him. All right. So, anyway, so Jenny, listen.
Yeah,
what I shared with her, what I saw, I saw in that moment.
Yeah.
And this is going to further the jarring sensation.
Let's go. Let's do it.
These are very readily perceptible qualities of your friend. I think ultimately what your friend is uncomfortable with is how vulnerable she is in real life.
She's listening right now.
I didn't have to be a Jedi. I didn't read her mind. I'm not like I don't have any super ability to just I'm not like some religious spiritual figure. I think ultimately what she should think about is how vulnerable she is. Just like you, Jenny. You share this quality as well.
Which one?
That you're both very vulnerable, powerful but powerful people.
Church.
And a lot of people aren't going to take the night and day time to perceive it, but somebody that's out there that maybe doesn't want to unlock the power coursing through her veins, maybe somebody that wants to take advantage of your friend.
She's got so much power going through her veins, bro.
That's what I'm saying. There is a lot of information that is available for the outside world that if given a malevolent mind, that somebody wanted to take advantage of you or your friend, they could do so. That's why it's very important for me to be able to speak directly and for everyone to digest what is immediately perceptible.
Les, what does that mean, though? Like, who would take advantage of me or her? What does that mean? Why would you say that? I feel like we've got on a pretty, well, no, actually, we've gone through pretty bad stuff, but, like, I think we have a pretty, like, closed front, so what are we doing wrong?
You're not doing anything wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong.
I can't open my knife fast enough.
You can't open your what?
My knife fast enough. When I walk at night.
Your knife? What are you talking about?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, you said it was jarring to hear. It was jarring for Deber to hear all that stuff from me earlier.
She got jarred.
Listen, she walked in here, spoke for about 30 seconds, and I was handed a piece of paper with her qualities on it. Basically, I just read them back, and I told her how to unlock some power, and it was jarring for her because no one listens to her in her daily life for the most part.
Okay, so I want to cry. I'm not a baby. Okay, babies cry. you're saying that you could immediately hear from her that she just tries to make people happy and that's her manipulative superpower?
No. What I'm saying is that, especially hearing the perspective of a best friend, we've got Phil Z74. OJ Bronco rammed her, nearly killed her. Interesting, Phil Z74. Appreciate that.
I've been bad at it with this. Who was he, Phil?
We've got Pepper and Genie with another communal vision. Always love these. I think you two women are both the target age for gift card scams on the elderly by Indian people. Also, stand-up is gay, in parentheses, pejorative. So he means that in a hurtful way to both fans of stand-up comedy and gay people.
Yeah, okay. So I'd like to say on that, do you know what he told me the other day, Les?
What?
He told me that stand-up is worthless and that it doesn't make sense and it's a philosophical. And then some asshole friggin' said, I'm sorry to curse, Les. They said that they were taking a college course in stand-up and philosophy, and I was like, are you excuse me, Les. I almost started cursing again. I was like, are you, you know what I mean? Like all those bad words. And so you're taking a class, you're a child. And I'm like, well, what are you even doing around me?
Phil Z74, how big is your dick?
That's for you or me. Do you have a G? I gotta pee.
Birthday girl loved that. Phil Z really landed that with the birthday girl, Cherish 85.
Is it rude to say I don't care on birthday?
You don't care about Cherish's birthday? Is that what you're saying?
That's my birthday.
We did your birthday.
Mm-mm. No. Not today. What's the date?
Technology Wife says Joe Rogan University?
Yeah, apparently anybody that listens to stand-up is friggin' retarded and goes to Joe Rogan University. Now, it made me so mad, and I was cursing. I said curse words and everything else, and they said that I was stupid and that stand-up comedy is a broken and worthless art. And I'll tell you what, Les. I'll tell you what. I saw all of my windows breaking. I wanted to throw things because I don't like having conversations with the unintelligent. And I felt broken a little bit. Just like I wanted to do the windows. It made me feel scared. What would you do? I know that you know nothing about. You know nothing about comedy. You don't get it. But like, what would you do?
If somebody called me like dumb and gay for liking comedy?
Yeah, and saying that you were stupid for listening at all to it, and saying also, if you did, perchance, that you're being fooled by a machine. Explain that.
I mean, I guess I would just be like, can you explain to me what do you mean? That's what I would say.
Well, that's what I kept asking that question, and then they just kept being like, you're dumb. Like, it just more or less was like the same, like, but they couldn't give an example, and then the one example they gave was Joe Rogan. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's like Frank Sinatra, right place, right time.
Well, it sounds. Listen, you're coming to me asking for advice when you should be assaulting someone.
I thought we were going to talk.
Listen, you don't run to me with this conflict. You've got a conflict.
I thought we were going to
hurt him. Mother Nipplebottom, maybe don't listen to idiots. Mother Nipplebottom says maybe don't listen to idiots. Any response?
Whoop whoop. Leslie.
Yes?
What's your quirk? Nobody ever asks you.
I believe in people. I believe in people.
No,
I believe in people too much.
Stop talking like that. Don't talk like that.
Namaste. Well, thanks so much for calling in, Jenny. It's been a really great call.
Leslie!
Communal vision from Phil Z74 before you go, though. Caller, sounds like you watched too much Gremlins or Ghoulies. I'd probably go smooch a nude homeless person. Seems like a normal decision.
That again makes no sense. I never smooched that dude. He just checked my fever. Anyway, Leslie, I hope somebody asks you about your own feelings someday.
You gotta ask me about what?
I hope somebody asks you about your own feelings. What's your quirk? Leslie, you know what? No, you're not getting in front of me.
People.
I want to hear. That's your quirk.
I believe in people. You know, some people
But
say I
you're
believe in
literally
people
lying.
too much.
But you're literally lying right now. You don't believe in anybody.
I'm sorry. What do you think this program is based on, Jenny? What do you think this program is based on? The belief that people have a latent power inside of them waiting to be unlocked and unleashed.
Excuse me. I'll tell you what I think this is. This is a bunch of bullshit, okay? Because nobody asked you about your feelings. We don't get to know how you're doing.
Sure, yeah,
And I just want to know, what?
Yeah,
Did you just call me a garden hoe? A garden hoe?
No, I'm affirming you. Keep going.
Okay, yeah. I will say this. All of you, I hate every single one of you. And what you did, Leslie, I'm sorry, but during that summertime, I still hold that in my pocket, was fucking ridiculous. And we watched my friend not eat. He ate fucking shit. He didn't even sleep in a bed. His legs were just hanging out like a fucking retard, and you all just fucking fed into this. You know what? You all are sheep. You all are pieces of shit, and I don't give a fuck about you. Okay?
Beautiful. Namaste, Jenny.
I'm happy I brought my best friends in, though.
Yeah, I am too. I just saw her in chat. I'm very thankful that she's here. I'm very thankful. Once again, you're bringing the heat. You're a very powerful explorer. Namaste, Jenny.
I love you, bud. Love you, bud.
Love you, bud. Beautiful call. Beautiful call from Jenny. We got a quick communal vision. Then our next caller. I think you're gonna like this next fella coming up on the phone line. But let's go ahead and get into this communal vision from Mother Nipplebottom first. Always an enriching perspective from one of our strongest explorers here at Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Let's go ahead and see what she's got for us. Similarly, we can't ask God how he feels. Can't ask the guy who made your toilet how he is either. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's 100%. I think hitting the nail on the head. Hopefully, Jenny, I don't know if you're in an emotional place to be able to understand what Mother Nipplebottom just said, but if you could let that seep in there, that'd be really good for you. One moment. Do you know what kind of beautiful gift it is, a sacrifice that I give, that you don't have to know how I am? If we had a relationship where you had to know how I was, that I couldn't be what you need because I had to be away. Phil Z74, I kind of just try to write prose on the toity with my doo-doo. It's a challenge. Phil Z74, letting a little bit of a sit-down artistic conversation one-on-one with Phil Z74. Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Huck 5 kind of really hitting it on the head. No one cares how Leslie is doing. We count on him to be strong, to question him, his strength and integrity. We have faith and believe that he has the strength to lead us. All right, so we've got our next caller on the line. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the chat.
My name is Barry.
Barry, welcome to the program, Barry. How are we tonight?
How did I get here? I was wondering, do you know about how you can find like a 7-Eleven? It's got like additional supplies. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No. What?
7-Eleven.
Tonight we're exploring your quirks are your superpowers. Barry, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Wait, this is a different phone number. All right, sorry. My bad. What I usually do is I kind of just stand around and just go like, oh, stretch, oh, stretch, boop, 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 boop. And I was like, yep, that's pretty good. They like it. And they're like, we're not really sure what you're doing, but they definitely appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like just like, it's like Diamond Dallas Page yoga. It's like, you know, like just, you know, you're not keeping it.
Do you wear a little outfit?
Oh, no, yeah.
No, are you naked or do you wear an outfit?
No. No, it's probably like a Peter Pan type thing.
Like a garbage bag? You wear a garbage bag?
I gotta be honest with you. Can I be honest with you for a second?
Please.
If I would be in full nylon, I'd be like a stretch. If that was my life, if I had to live somewhere, I would be like full out stretch nylon. I'd be like tight. You know what I mean? Like a little bit like black tights everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, woo! So tight.
So would you say that your quirk is doing diamond yoga inspired by Diamond Dallas Page?
Yep. And then I would wear like very tight skinned clothes. Because I'm fat. So I'd be like, I'm just going to go for it. And you're like, and then they're like, wow, he's so fat. But he went for it. And they're going to say, yep, let's do it.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. Well, Barry, so I would say then your superpower, if your quirk is doing Diamond Dallas Page yoga, I would say your superpower is that you are severely mentally ill. Now, now my next question though is,
I don't think it's that ill. I think it's fine.
No, you're not fine, Barry.
Ill.
Let's talk about
No,
it.
you're
Now,
ill.
is this was this trauma based or is this kind of more just organic, the brain firing off? Hypocryptomatic caller, did you say you want to wear tight black clothes and lay a bird?
I don't want birds.
All right.
Birds are stupid. But yes, black clothes, 100%. I want to be in there. I want to be with you. I want to be.
So basically, were you physically or sexually abused as a child, or did you get left in some sort of toxic spill?
Probably number 2.
Oh my goodness! You know what time it is, everybody.
Like,
Mother Nibblebottom Communal Vision. Do you do yoga in a fenced-in yard with uniformed people?
I was thinking more like, what's that hairy guy? What's the hairy kitty? You're ready in my face. I wanna suck on that cronum. Give me that cronum. I wanna suck on the grave. Slip, shrap, shrapy. Let me drink from your mental God. That's French. You know, the trains in France are faster than trains in other countries. Train company.
Yes. Namaste. Okay, well, hypocryptomatic caller, twite isn't a word. Any response?
You know this isn't a word? You're wrong. I want to just drive around. I want to like rent a car and then you and I can just drive around. Are you in? I just want to drive. I'm gonna be like, you're my lover, you're my lover, you're my lover. I'm gonna like drive around like, oh shit. Drive around. It's like road rage. I want to get like sandwiches. Great. Some sandwich.
What the fuck are you saying, Barry?
Sandwiches.
I really hate
Don't you want sandwiches with me? Like, come on, man. Don't you want one? You don't want one? Are you saying no to the sandwich? That's terrible. Wow. I would say, let's put in salami. Wait, what kind of cheese? What kind of cheese you want? What kind of cheese? Provolone? American? I think you're provolone. You're provolone, aren't you? You are, aren't you? You're a provolone. Gotcha provoloning. Because you get that dark hair. That's why you got the provolone. All up in you. So next thing you get is that little slab of thinly sliced.
Girl. Technology wife gifting 5 more community subs. Generous beyond generosity tonight. Namaste to you. Beautiful gifts. Namaste to technology wife tonight. Engorged with riches we are this night. Blessings and namaste to technology wife. Giving out 5 community subs and moving this train along. Stone Monster, 200 bits communal vision. Did you want to be a superhero caller, Crowman? You toss the eggs you lay, or maybe wear another person's skin?
That is a great question. That's amazing. I want to be like the best egg and bacon maker. I want like eggs and bacon. Perfect. Like to the point where people jizz when they eat me. Like I don't know. It's not. It's one thing to like explode, you know? I want to just be enjoying it, you know? I want the eggs and bacon to like, boom. Jizz factory. That's what I'm thinking. Is that wrong?
No. Yes, Technology Wife, 10 more bits. Blessings and namaste. Technology Wife, single bit. Also, namaste. Very generous. Everyone being very generous and powerful tonight. The program is being so powerful. Namaste to everybody participating in this little bit of Jazz Express. Remember, there is just something in the air about the sensuality of a Saturday night. The sensuality of a Saturday night is just so gorgeous, so beautiful.
I'm taking my clothes off.
When you do this Diamond Dallas Page yoga caller, my next question is, do you do it with an erection? How aroused or erect are you?
It's weird because you caught a little bit of like I'm a little bit shy, you know, so it takes a little bit to warm up, and then I do a couple things, and then you're asking yourself, am I supposed to be aroused, right? So it's like you kind of work through this system, and after 4 or 5 minutes, like, all right, let's go. Boop. And then you're like 5 to 10. You're just like, go. Right? Just throwing it out there. And they're going to be like, yep, all right, we'll take it. Am I right? Anybody identify with this? Anybody? DDP yoga? Dude, I got your hiccups from last night. You remember the hiccups? I got them now.
I wish this would stop. Technology Wife, 101 more bits. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Beautiful, gorgeous, rich experience that we're having. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for the rhyme or reason or the point to someone like Barry, just keep on talking. This is somebody you might see on the bus and just be initially terrified of, and that's the right response. Now, how comfortable are you that you invoke fear in people, Barry?
Yeah, I would say do not talk to people named Barry. It's just kind of a global known fact, right?
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Barry. On that note, namaste.
Namaste.
Wow. Beautiful, enriching conversation that we just got to have with Barry, Explorer Barry. Great to hear from you. Great to hear all that stuff you said. I honestly couldn't remember a fucking thing that he just said, but it was about the energy. It was about the vibe. Some people are more of a vibe. You know what I mean? Like that you hear them talk and maybe in the moment you have a response, but maybe not. But ultimately, the taste that they leave in your spiritual mouth is like, yeah, that's more of a vibe. Namaste. Deeber saying, I met a lot of berries in my day, usually in a Denny's or the side of a highway. Exactly. On the side of a highway, and I'll bet they had a grocery bag full of their things. I'll bet they had a plastic grocery bag full of their possessions walking alongside the highway. Beautiful, powerful people. Beautiful, powerful people. All right, guys. We have time. We have time for one more caller. We got one more caller on the line, and then we'll call it. We've had a beautiful exploration tonight, exploring quirks being our superpowers. Namaste. Caller, let's go ahead and bring this son of a bitch right on in. Caller, welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. You're going to be our final caller for the night. It's wonderful to speak from you. Go ahead and introduce yourself to chat.
Yeah, it's Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini, producer, brother of Devoted Light, somebody who's been in the trenches since day one. Namaste, Pepperoncini. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you. Enjoying the show, and yeah. How are you doing, Guru?
Oh, I'm on cloud nine. I'm having a really good night. A really good night. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, of course. Wanted to call, want to talk about the topic. Want to talk about my quirks. And you know, so I wanted to have, you know, talk a little bit about Jenny's call earlier, really quick as a lead-in to that. And so Jenny earlier was, you know, I was baiting her a little bit into this conversation about stand-up, but just give you a little different perspective on that and where we got with Jen, is that I said, this is a hot take, but I think we give too much value and credit to stand-up as an art form.
100, yeah. Okay, I gotcha. I see what you're saying.
And to Jen, the immediate answer to that was, so you think all stand-up fucking sucks. You said that. That was like the conversation for maybe in 20 minutes. And I think the reason I bring that up is I think my quirk is my ability to just ignite a furious anger and hatred in just like a select part of the population. Like infect them with the rage virus from 28 days later.
Communal vision from Phil, well, we got one from Phil right now. Hey, Pepperoncini, is it true you need to sleep in a sleeping bag, no penny, to get into the mod status?
Yes.
Okay, so it's just a real quick and easy yes to Phil Z74. Thanks for the question, Phil. Next, we've got Hypocryptomatic. Is this what poop sounds like when it talks?
I assume she's referring to herself saying the communal vision out loud as she typed it, because she can't like think without saying the thing out loud. All of her thoughts are just immediately exposed via her speaking.
Wow, how about that? I think it's hard to get beat any worse than that, Jenny. You got the thing flipped, and then you got some really kind of crushing insight, personal insight added to it to provide a parameter by which he's trying to cause you harm and hurt. So maybe think about that. That's something to think about before you say anything else. Now, okay. So I think Pepperoncini, you're one of the brighter explorers here, easily. You know, you've got a strong mind and a strong heart. And that's been apparent since day one. That's been apparent to anybody with eyes and ears to see and hear since the day you started here, is that you got a strong mind and a strong heart. Now, the reason I say that in initial response to what you're sharing, is you know, I think what you did just now is you said the superpower itself. Now, the reason I want to talk about it from that angle is because, you know, a quirk, you know, if we were to
in the reading, I'm sorry about that.
If we were to quirkify what you shared, this sort of lustful derangement that you invoke in others, you know, somebody might say, "Oh, he really gets under people's skin," or something like that, or he's annoying but funny. He's annoying but we like it, or something like that. That would be kind of a quirk. I think what you have expressed a very, very sharp perception of yourself, of sort of a meta awareness. Yes, I think the extent to which you are annoying, the extent to which you get under people's skin, however, you know, whatever minimizing way you want to say it, is truly, yeah, akin to 28 days later zombie mind virus. You make them horny to hate, horny to be upset and angry.
Yeah, and I think what kind of, I think, clinched it for me is, you know, there can be a situation where there is a person in which a group of people are engaging in some, you know, malevolent behavior, to say the least, or to be, you know, less specific, really. But the person who's like the locus of that in that person's mind becomes me. You know,
yes.
Like everyone else, it's cool. It's like, you know, we can let bygones be bygones, but pepperoncini, problematic to say the least.
Yeah, I think so. Let's take it one step further, because I think we can all think of a time in which we've seen this happen. Pepperoncini saying something in chat. Let's just use Larry Picklejar as an example, right?
Sparkly Miracle Zone.
Miracle Zone. Larry Picklejar. Some of the biggest names in this community. Pepperoncini has caused them to go crazy. Filzy74, Pepperoncini, sounds like my toilet that keeps running at night, but a person that won't go away.
Phil, speaking of this power, I am under express orders from Genomatic to not engage Phil Z. But if he wants to open the door, I can open the door, but I feel like it won't be productive for anyone.
Well, let's just mark this a little bit. There has been a sort of, I think a lot of us have noticed it. There was some heat between Phil Z and Pepperoncini. There was a general ceasefire in the air. We had a general sort of implied live and let live between the two.
Yeah, it's like through non-official diplomatic channels, like it was all back-channeled.
Right.
No official communique between the two nations, sort of détente,
Right. Exactly. Nothing official over, through the UN channels, but friends of friends, intelligence, things working in the back, behind the scenes, sort of settling.
Exactly.
A little bit. But so. Yeah, listen. I'm here. You know my stance on this. You know my stance on aggression, on violence, and things like this. I'm not gonna deter it, but I am gonna let it be what it is. Real quick, Hypercryptomatic's got a communal vision that'll be on screen in about 8 hours, and then I'm gonna put our conversation so far. I'm gonna bring it to maybe another layer of your superpower that your quirks sort of gesture to. Real quick communal vision from Hypercryptomatic, just the word winning.
I think Jen like when she barged in, she's like, I saved a woman's life, I solved a crime like a detective. Jen really needs these wins, so I'm happy to give it to her.
All right.
Diplomatic relations are they're the beginnings of what could further be diplomatic relations have been struck because of her. Rockets are not being fired into territory currently.
This is all very exciting. This is all very exciting for me because you know my stance on this. All right, when I see this program is not about people getting along, about people liking each other. No, that is nonsense. I'm here to unlock the power. I'm here to acknowledge the real power coursing through your veins right now, and that involves seeing reality as it is. And in reality, adults don't like each other. We are not here to support. We're not here to like. If you find yourself doing that, or find yourself on the receiving end of it, great. If not, that's how it works. That is literally reality. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into what your superpower. I had it on the tip of my tongue. I had it sort of conceived in my mind. I'm going to take a moment while this communal vision comes on the screen to reconceive it. Filzy74, this will decide whether or not I murder Pepper, Smashing Pumpkins, or Bush.
What Bush? I don't. What is a Bush song? I know the Smashing Pumpkins. I think whoever the lead became a Tool or whatever, but I like that one album, their first album or whatever. I don't know anything about Bush.
Poor says Glycerin. You remember that song?
Can you give me a little?
Glycerin. I don't know.
That's not the Peaches guy. That's the president of the.
I'm trying to remember how the rest of the song. I just remember glycerine. It was like one of a Your band from the 90s. Your. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, that's it. Yeah, I do, but I don't know. I can put a Smashing Pumpkins song. I couldn't tell you what the name of a single one, but
yeah. Despite all my range. That's that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's them. Yeah, that's a good one. See, yeah, that's one I liked. There you go. Does that answer your question?
So Smashing Pumpkins.
I guess that's what I would take.
Technology Wife says, "Don't let the days go by." Pepper.
Is that a reference to a song to a band that I already said I don't know the song of?
Don't let the days go by. I don't know. Maybe that's a song.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that a song? Is that a song, Technology Wife? I'm waiting for a response. I'm not getting it yet, so we'll see. I know there's a delay. That's glycerin. Oh, okay. Don't let the days go by. Glycerin. Do you remember that song?
That one, I'm surprised. I feel like I actually have a pretty good base of knowledge for that, but that definitely is not one that's ringing a bell to me in the slightest.
I'll bet if people are telling me that it's perfect, what I'm doing is perfect. So thank you.
I'm going to listen to it and I will come to my conclusion. I have no doubt that it is. It's just like, I don't know, my head didn't store that one.
I'll bet if you heard a chorus, it would ring a bell at least, because it was all over alternative radio back in the day.
Because you just doing like, so that's like half of the 90s.
Yeah, that really is there was probably a whole
better
radio station in anyone's area that just made sounds like that for 10 years.
Yeah, like that voice is Eddie Vedder to Creed, right? Because he should also be, oh, model, oh.
Yeah.
So,
Creed, yep. Nickelback, Creed, Bush. There's one other one. There's a bunch of them. But anyway. Okay, so listen, we got one more communal vision, then I'm gonna say the beautiful thing that I was gonna say. Communal vision from Hypocryptomatic. Sometimes I think about you and I zombie. What's in your head? In your head. Zombie. Oh.
That's fucking. That's honestly great. Like, Jen and I truly had a mind meld there because I wasn't thinking zombie, but when I was thinking of these songs, I was thinking of like, you don't have to let it linger, which I think is also Cranberries.
So
that is a little weird. That's a little freaky deaky, Jen. A little freaky deaky there.
That was crazy, Jen. Another synchronicity. I don't believe in coincidences. Here at Explorations, we don't believe in coincidences. That is the real life universal synchronicity. Wow, beautiful.
Yeah, vibrationally aligned. We're here right now, watching this at the exact moment we need to be. Sort of shit. Yeah.
Now, okay, so listen. You said that you kind of like inspire a lust in people, right?
Yes.
Or that's kind of how I paraphrased it, but does that sound accurate to you?
Yeah, like I think, and it's funny because I think about it too, and I remember there was in 7th grade, there was this girl, and what was her name? Let's say her name was like Sandra or something, and we were learning about Hadrian's Wall. Are you familiar with Hadrian's Wall? Do you know what that is? It's like the Romans built a wall in Scotland, and it was like one of the furthest like north things that they built. And it was like to keep out the like Scottish people. And so I was just like, oh no, I remember her name. Let's call it Sandra's Wall. And that was it. And there was just like, I said it enough times that there was like, the teacher had to like talk.
The teacher had to talk to you?
Yeah.
About what? What did the teacher say?
You have to stop doing that. It's making her really upset.
God, you see, this is okay. So this is kind of perfectly dovetailing into what I was going to say. So Phil Z74 says, "Hey caller, you are gay for Bono from U2. True or false?"
Put on your boots.
Put on your boots. What does that mean?
That's one of their songs. It's one of U2 songs. I don't really. I think Bono's kind of gay, but U2 has like a couple good songs. They're like a live shit. Like I just do. Speaking. Here's this guy. I was in this like IRC channel when I was like in like high school, and there's this guy, and I felt the need to make fun of him quite often, but he loved two things. He loved World of Warcraft, and he loved going to YouTube live shows. That's another guy that I think I sparked that in him as well. Wow. Synchronicity, am I right?
Listen, I think this is amazing. I think we're all of us as a group have been circling around a certain node of resonance. That's what we're going to call it, a node of resonance. Now, my perspective of that node of resonance is the following. Pepperoncini, I will acknowledge on the quirk level, it's maybe annoying. You get under people's skin. You have this thing about you that just like really gets at people. Whatever. How you said it is that you kind of inspire this like lustful thing in other people somehow. Just through like a basic repetitive thing, there's just by force of will, you will yourself into their pores. Phil Z74, true or false, you played Shrek in a high school musical?
No. Shrek came out when I was like in high school, so I don't think they did any sort of like musical stuff for it until much later.
Okay. Well, that was a good question, though, Phil. That was a really good question. I appreciate you bringing that up. No. As I was saying, I'm going to take this a step even further.
Okay.
That, yes, you inspire lust, but I don't think this is just happenstance. I don't think this is random. I don't think this is just a simple surface level thing. What you are, in a very fundamental way, Pepperoncini, is you are a node of lust in this universe, and you bring it sort of as a contagion. You communicate this lust to others. Nigel Pennyweather, caller, are you a dog person or a cat person or livestock?
As much as I love to talk about poisoning dogs in this Twitch channel,
right?
I am much more a dog person than I am a cat person, which I think also in this community is this community fucking people on the internet and cats.
I know it's
sorry,
enough.
Mish,
It's
fucking
enough.
It's tiresome.
It's enough.
Fram, whoever. Oh, here's my cat. Here's my little kitty. Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
We get it.
Literally, I could not tell you which one's which. You send me a fucking lineup of everyone's cats. I'm not giving you the name of a single one. I couldn't tell you whose is whose. Couldn't tell you their age, type of cat it is, whether they got feline leukemia, and any of that shit. I see where
you're coming from. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows my position on dogs as well. I mean, I've lost count of the number of dogs that I have personally killed, that I've personally taken the life of through either with my hands or hitting them with a car just out of convenience or something like this. That is a common occurrence for me personally in my life. But when it comes to cats, it's still more of an apathy. I'm more libidinally invested in killing dogs, but cats are more just like I look at them, they look at me, oil and water, let's move it along.
Yeah, no, respect. I mean, see, that's the thing is I think like respect to cats for being that way, but there's only room for one of those types of bad boys in this house.
Right. Right. Listen. Listen. I'm gonna share. Phil Z74's communal vision says you sound like Shrek.
Isn't that a Scottish accent?
Yes, yes, it is. Can you do a Scottish accent? I can't. I don't know if I could.
Well, let me see if I can do Shrek. Because Shrek is Mike Myers doing his father, essentially.
Right.
Which is also the character from So I Married an Axe Murderer, so I can start there. Fucking orange on the toothpick.
Fucking orange on the
It's like
toothpick.
Sputnik. Heed, move.
Hypocryptomatic caller, address real quick. I've got to get on the road. I want to be there to watch your eyes flutter before Mickey D's closes breakfast.
Like, does eyes flutter mean like I'm dying, or is it like I'm like doing like googly sex eyes? Because I might pick the first one over the second.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
I would prefer
I mean,
death.
you've got like two drunken hobos swinging at you from about 10 to 15 feet away, and it's hard to make sense of whether to take it seriously.
And I'm like
or
one
not.
of the Muay Thai focused MMA fighters who, if I get truly involved, I'll still go to jail. Like, I
Right.
just watched Con Air, and man, what a movie that is.
Tremendous
Talk
movie.
about.
Tremendous film.
But it starts with him, like he gets out of the Rangers and he's in the South, and he like takes his wife to a bar in the South, and like all the guys in the bar who are like rednecks are like, "Fuck you, soldier! You're probably the reason why we lost the Vietnam War." And then they like go to like try to like beat him up and rape his wife.
Right.
And he kills one of them because he's like super army guy, and the judge is like, even though they tried to rape and murder your wife and shit, you got to go to jail because you had registered deadly weapons. I am bound by law. I can't hit them with the good stuff.
Yeah, the Con Air precedent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
they're like throwing the swings at me, and I just have to do kind of like I'm like juking around them, but I can't apply force back, or it's like gonna blow them through 8 walls, sort of.
Well, we've got a communal vision from Phil Z74. For fuck's sake, just do an accent, bitch.
I already did it.
Yeah, he did do that, Phil. He recited he did the monologue, the famous monologue from So I Married an Axe Murderer. And we've got Hypocryptomatic coming in again. New quirk, pretend to not be you, caller.
Pretend to not be you. Oh, I can be Jen. You want me to be Jen?
Sure.
Okay, I'm Jen at work, and I'm sitting there. I got my little CAD thing open, and I'm designing a fucking strip mall for the 80th time, and I pause for a moment, and I look out the window, and I think about my bathtub, and I just go, and I vomit into a cup because I need my coworkers not to think that I'm like incredibly either mentally and or physically ill. Is that better? See, that wasn't even the full barrel. That was just, that's close. If she died from that, I could end up in prison. I could end up in Leavenworth or something.
See, that was. I think you just kind of vibe-wise, spiritual-wise, and listen, this you just kind of reenacted the whole thing of Con Air, the first opening scene of Con Air. And I don't think it's an accident. I don't think it's a coincidence that we're discussing the lust inside of you that communicates a lust into others. It shares, it inspires a lust in others. And I don't think it's an accident that we are witnessing that play out in real time. There's just something about your presence that activates the world around you. Phil Z74, you're like the worst voice actor, like Joaquin Phoenix with sans penis.
Can I do Phil?
Sure, go for it.
Phil here. What do you think?
That was beautiful. All right, we just rated.